Hey, how's it going? Welcome to kind of a midnight, really weird fucking show that I felt like doing. I want to try and see if I can't fix my shit, because I reinstalled my computer and now I got the capture card to work as it should. So yeah. Start later. Oh yes, there it is. That's the one I want. Webcam controller, webcam options, advanced settings. Absolutely fucking perfect. There we go. I'm saving that link until I fucking die. Let's see if everything broke. No, that's pretty fine. That's actually pretty fucking good. There's supposed to be a delay that I also put in there. This is going straight into the fucking archives, man. This is fucking important. I hate the new Logitech drivers, unless you were fucking aware. I feel like I shouldn't be whispering. You see enough of my face, don't you? Like, look at this. Look at those emaciated fucking hands. I'm like 60 kilograms, which is not good. I want to try and figure out how to put some weight on. Doesn't look terribly healthy. Like, I don't feel bad. Don't feel like I'm sick or anything. But still, it's good to do so. So yeah, let's play some Peace Walker. We started this the 5th of August 2020, and we haven't played since because I kind of gave up on it. So yeah, like, I don't think this is going to be a regular series. I think I'm going to just forgo regular series in general and just play whatever I want, whenever I want. And that'll be it. Like, no consistency whatsoever. It'll anger some motherfuckers, but what can you do? So yeah, let's try it out. It should work. Technically, I should have, I should maybe stop the fucking Ballistic NG music, eh? R&D, weapons, smoke grenade, M1 rifle. I can rotate it too, look at that. That was on the PSP. Large caliber combat pistol, non-lethal. And these are the new things we have. Start working on that. Fulton system. These are the other things. I'm gonna have to remember how to play this game. It's gonna take a while, and we're also gonna listen to a lot of conversations that you probably don't want to listen to. Yeah, see. Regions. Amanda. sure. Don't know what that was about.
The direction Amanda's Sandinistas were going corresponds to the location of the next outpost, a supply depot. We should be able to make contact with her there.
Single player, thank you. Oh, that's very nice. And briefing files, I think? Yes.
Can I ask you a favor, Snake?
If you ask nicely.
Listen to
To make
that rasp.
MSF bigger, we need to do some recruiting.
Yeah. What's your point?
I want you to avoid
Alright.
killing enemy soldiers as much as possible and send them back using Fulton recovery. Not much we can do with a corpse except give it a funeral.
Obviously.
Put him to sleep, knock him out, hold
It's
him
not
up
as
even.
sinister as I
And
make
if you
it, but
do have to
you know,
fight, try to leave
sure
them
enough.
near death instead of dead.
And then use the Fulton recovery
And then
system.
no, I
Sounds
can't.
easy
Fuck.
enough.
You know what'd be really nice, though? If we had a way to Fulton recover anybody at any time.
Gasp. That would be really great.
To get to your next objective, you'll need to backtrack along the way you came for a bit. Don't get too comfortable just because you know the terrain. The enemy knows you're out there now. They'll be out in greater force than before. Proceed with caution. Refrain from using firearms unless absolutely necessary.
Looks like I'll have to cross the river.
Yeah, there's a suspension bridge you can use. It's the only way across. You'll have to be a little creative to keep from being spotted.
So, I cross the bridge, go through the swamp, and come to a banana plantation.
Complete with its own factory by the looks of it. It's going to feel a lot different moving through that area compared to the forest. Stay on your toes.
Got it.
Also, you may encounter Sandinista prisoners along the way. Try and save as many as you can with Fulton recovery.
I'll keep an eye out.
I want to turn off night light. Yeah, there we go. Like, we listened to a lot of these.
Costa Rica.
There we go. Oh yes, we have several new things.
This is a tropical rainforest, just like Bosque del Alba. The temperature and humidity can be brutal. El Senegal means place of mud.
Mud. Great. I'll watch my step.
This area often gets flooded by the river. There are canals here and there carved out by water.
Good places to hide.
But they will also make it harder for you to see. Be careful, Snake. There should be a suspension bridge around there.
In lowlands like this?
The ground nearby is harder and higher than usual. The river cut through it, eventually creating a valley. There might be another way to get across the river somewhere.
I wouldn't want to run into someone on the bridge.
The valley tends to be misty, so you might not be able to see the water from up there. Fall and it will leave more than a bump.
I'll be careful.
Okay.
When a river floods an area, the banks can collapse, creating a marsh. You see a lot of them around here.
I'll need to watch the noise my feet make in El Senegal.
There is a marsh on the other side of the river too. The suspension bridge will take you there.
Oh yeah, I remember there's some controller precision bullshit that you had to do. You had to be picky about
The
how
river
far
running
you
through
take
here is
the
Rio del Jade, or
analog
the
stick.
Jade River.
Jade. Are there minerals around here?
No, it refers to the color of the water. You will have to go to Guatemala for jade.
Doesn't look all that pretty from where I'm standing.
We are still in the rainy season, so the river is a little muddy. It will return to normal once the dry season starts. Rivers are an important means of transport around here. They are relatively calm, and there are plenty of canals along the coast too.
A boat would be more than enough to transport some good-sized cargo.
Like a nuclear weapon.
No,
Don't know
not
enough
that.
yet. I'll keep looking.
Thank you, Snake.
Okay, and that should be all of them. So all the new ones have stuff on them.
There is a lot of banana cultivation along Costa Rica's Caribbean coast. The area is dotted with banana plantations. Bananas have been Costa Rica's main crop since they were introduced from Panama in the 19th century. They bring in a fair amount of foreign currency.
A real fruta de oro, huh?
Golden fruit.
See, but exporting all those bananas require a ton of land.
Hence all the plantations.
Clearing all that forest just to grow bananas robs animals of their habitats. I do not know how good that is for Costa Rica in the end.
Ah, yes. Like he has a MK22 grenade, which we can. Yeah, just in case you ever need a fucking law. Fulton system love box analyzer. That's very nice. Binaries. Okay. I think that should be enough, shouldn't it? If I remember correctly. Because it's a bit particular. You had like an action camera, sort of. So yeah. These guys are coming in.
Careful. They've got reinforcements coming.
Someone attacking? Huh? I think I see someone. What is it? Get up. Huh? I think I see someone. What is it?
And there's one more. There we go.
Not enough room, huh? We'll keep it here at the base.
Start talking. Start talking.
Fulton recovery helicopter is complete. Fulton recovery subject confirmed onboard helicopter.
Okay.
Fulton recovery helicopter
Yeah, I'm remembering
is
it.
complete.
There we go, the familiar motions. So yeah. We're just gonna take it leisurely. I'm probably going to be hyper-focusing, as usual. That vertical camera speed is a bit high. Yeah, you couldn't necessarily crawl, could you? It's kind of like that. Aesthetic. Where did you reload? Circle. Yep, there we go. Easy as that. Good enough.
Stay out of the water. That's beyond the scope of this operation.
I don't hear anyone else. But yeah, now we need to go up. I'm starting to remember, don't worry. The ravine.
Amanda went across that rope bridge. Hurry.
Someone's walking there. That rope bridge, he says, pointing vaguely. He kind of fell easy. You're pretty good.
Fulton recovery subject confirmed onboard helicopter. You might be able to get past the enemy by hanging from the bridge. Press the action button near the bridge's handrail to hang. You can't hang down when you're crouching.
Sent to another base. In case we ever need them. I don't hear anyone else. At least not on my sonar ring. This was kind of like a little city, wasn't it? No, there's a little bit of swamp. And someone would see that, I think.
Stay out of the water. That's
Confidential
beyond
dock.
the scope of this operation.
M10. Okay, so now there's no Fultons left.
Fulton recovery helicopter is complete.
.12 gauge? How dare you? My silencer is like completely deteriorating. I might need to resort to CQC. Consecutive CQC. It's my favorite fucking line in this game. It's so dumb.
Careful now. They might be holding FSLN soldiers prisoner.
I see 3 there. 1 to the far left, 1 in the middle, and 1 just behind that crate. Can't go back. I remember this. Fulton recovery system? More? God damn it. There's a couple of people there.
Is someone there?
Okay. This is good. And by good I mean very fucking bad. I'm Fultoning everyone right now. Like, we don't have an idea of ranks. Like, we do have an analyzer. Let me just take that out to familiarize myself with it again. I think I might have to be a little bit closer, don't I? I keep forgetting that, like, the vision range in this game is nothing. It's absolute peanuts. See? What do we have here? Love box. Another one. Reload, thank you.
Press the action button in front of a prisoner to take them to Mother Base using the Fulton recovery system.
But he's inside. That's a very Metal Gear Solid 5 reaction to have, isn't it?
Fulton recovery subject confirmed onboard helicopter.
It's my fucking favorite game just because of that one move.
Start talking.
Take that, bitch! Take another prisoner out. Confidential dock, twin barrel shotgun. Okay, I don't remember too many of the secrets, like the collectible stuff in this zone. I think that's most of them. Yeah. Not having a silencer is something I need to worry about a little bit more.
You can transport the prisoner to Mother Base.
Yeah,
If
thank you,
you had a
Kaz.
balloon.
He's gone.
Gunfire! Someone's firing at us! Going to alert status!
Understood. Dispatching reinforcements. Proceed with extra caution.
Come on. You want to come over here, don't you? No, you want to show up? You see how it is?
Who's that? The enemy's close!
Oh, shit. I'm an idiot. It's not ideal. It's my mess. Remember, no kills. Didn't say nothing about no alerts though. I should. Okay. You rank, so it doesn't really affect us in any way. Tiger stripe. Okay. So that's a camo, similar to MGS3. Quick on the wake up, aren't they? Forgot the tranks are a little bit unreliable. Usually you put them to sleep and then they just go away. Hey, the gun we didn't bring with us. Oh, I remember this. We might actually have some trouble here. But I think this might be next mission, isn't it? It's kind of like a boss fight, but not really.
Looks like there's no way around him. You up for this, Snake?
Lab Type G, Armored Assault Tactical Unit! To be continued. Yeah, I love that. I really like Metal Gear when it has a sort of episodic nature. That's why I really like VR missions. Peace Walker and 5. More Hush Puppy experience, clear time. Yeah. A little bit unfortunate. Tiger Stripe. Naked.
Listen, boss.
I'm not gonna
We both know you're the reason MSF's grown so much, but it's time we started putting more thought into provisions.
Good point. A place this big needs a good stockpile on hand.
The Japanese say you can't fight on an empty stomach. Something we learned in World War II.
Obviously, maintaining a steady supply of provisions is one of the basic principles of logistics.
So I went ahead and set up a mess hall team. The team members' numbers and abilities will affect the amount of grub to go around. Without enough food, morale will drop. They get hungry enough, and we could start losing people. Anyway, I need you to assign guys to the mess hall team.
Copy that.
There we go, a personnel report has arrived, a report has arrived at the R&D, and then no special reports. That's very nice. I don't necessarily remember what the mess hall gives you. I think it gives you rations. But it's mostly kind of like a made-up, like, food thing. So that you don't rapidly increase more than you can actually provide. If I'm not completely mistaken. Smoke grenade. There you go. Fulton recovery system rank 2. Modified so that more can be carried. A maximum of 100 people can be recovered per mission. Twin barrel shotgun. Kind of unnecessary. Submachine gun. Koipu. Parameters went up due to experience in combat unit. Staff morale is failing. Assign staff to the mess hall. Ensure food supply rate is 100% or higher. There we go. So we need to make a little bit of a... Yeah, sure. We need to supply sufficient provisions according to the size of your motivated staff, and current food supply is represented by food in the upper right of the screen. When food is greater than 100%, soldier morale will raise, enabling soldiers to perform beyond their natural abilities. On the other hand, if food is below 100, morale will fall. If morale is too low, soldiers will defect and ultimately leave Mother Base. Assigning adequate staff to the mess hall team will ensure that everyone receives ample provisions. This concludes the tutorial. Yeah. So, POW is prisoner of war, isn't it? Gunsmith. So these are in the waiting room. We don't have anyone in the brig. Usually that's where you are. So all those are ease. There's a way to sort. So yeah, Miller really just bumps up people. I'll put him in the mess hall because he makes those fantastic burgers, he does. And everyone else in the R&D team is E. So I guess for now we're just going to be filling it with that. Miller. A chance, anyone? Oh, surprisingly, we have a couple of good cooks. Oh. Where did I put you? Put him in R&D. Change tab. Okay. So I have like 173%. Okay. You were C. So there we go. Put D in there. we go. And that should be satisfactory. Large caliber combat pistol, twin barrel shotgun, submachine gun, and sniper rifle. No new stuff here. Uniforms, as you can imagine. Quite a few. Let's spend some GMP, eh? Because I think we need to develop all of the things anyway for the true ending. Spoilers, of course. There is one. I will steadily work towards it. Mission select. So, bringing a law is very valuable here. Like a law? Fucking no.
That's an armored vehicle unit, Snake. Either destroy the vehicle or neutralize the soldiers. Take it out.
I'll be taking the second option, thank you. But I will be bringing a law in as well. Briefing files.
Enemy tanks, armored vehicles, and attack choppers are always accompanied by a combat squad. The soldiers aren't particularly tough on their own. What makes them formidable is how well they work together as a team. As if you didn't have enough to worry about with a machine.
Good. I like a challenge.
Yeah, we'll see how you feel when you actually have to face them in battle. Snake, whatever you do, don't let them surround you. The last thing you need is to get pushed into the vehicle's kill zone. And pay attention to what your enemies say to each other. You can improve your chances by figuring out what they're planning and using it to preempt their movements. You don't always have to go toe-to-toe to win a fight. Think like a gorilla.
Got it.
And this one.
Panama disease was rampant here about 20 years ago, putting a lot of banana plantations out of business.
Panama disease?
It is caused by a type of fungus. Apparently it killed off almost all the banana species that used to grow here.
How could that happen?
Cultivated bananas do not produce seeds. You have to remove and transplant part of the stem yourself. You plant them in the fields.
So you've got acres of identical plants?
See, when one plant is infected, the disease spreads quickly. Species lacking genetic diversity become weak. They grow different bananas today, one said to be resistant to Panama disease.
That's probably, like, incredibly true. Okay. Bring that fucking law, eh? Fuck. Wish I could bring more of it. Let's pick those grenades up too. Alright, forgot there's kind of a loadout system. So like 2 primary weapons and then 1 sort of weaker one. Where you put accessories and the like. So let's see if I still got it. So
Gotta neutralize that armored vehicle somehow. The accompanying soldiers are armed to the teeth. Watch yourself.
I'm wasting a lot of ammo on these guys. Like, the truth is that I don't much care.
Fulton recovery helicopter is complete. Fulton recovery subject confirmed onboard helicopter.
So I don't know if someone came out of it or something. There was a way to neutralize it without, like, blowing the thing up. I'm not entirely too sure.
Backup! Prepare for immediate deployment! Not enough room, huh? We'll keep it here at the base.
What is it? Someone attacking? Get him up! The enemy's attacking! Going to alert status!
Okay. It's not great. Oh, we killed him! That's so fucking unfortunate. God damn it. Okay.
That's gotta be the leader. Can you take him down? Keep rations equipped to automatically recover life when...
Oh, I did. You kinda have to do that.
Snake! Come in, Snake! Snake!
Like, it just takes a lot of time. 2 series of 4.
If you're finding finding it tough to aim your weapon, try turning auto-aim on. Push the select button to turn it on.
The enemy's attacking! Going to alert status!
This is the last one.
What's that?
Not enough room, huh? We'll keep it here at the base.
What is it? What is it? Get up!
Bolton recovery helicopter is complete. Bolton recovery subject confirmed onboard helicopter.
Okay. Now we just wait for them to come out.
Backup! Prepare for immediate deployment!
What is it?
What? Bolton recovery? That's gotta be the leader. Can you take him down?
Come on. There we go.
Leader's out cold. Bring him in.
It's unfortunate that, you know, it had to happen this way, but we did it right. So now we also get to capture the thing, I think. Because we fought him out. Instead of completely breaking it with the law. I think you can also do that without being found out. A cipher. Ashley Wood. Goddamn, woman.
Amanda!
Shoot it!
She'll fall!
Shoot el Chico Libri!
Goddamn it, woman. You can't take out the big thing. You need to save her. Please don't die. Whoop. She's paralyzed for a couple of days. Or the rest of her life. One or the other.
Amanda!
Chico.
What? What is it?
Can you roll me one? Tobacco.
Yeah.
Tabaquiera.
Chico.
Hold still.
I treated him like a kid again. We fought.
I'm sure you did.
I didn't want Chico to know. Kept it a secret. Somoza's Guardia chased us out of Nicaragua. Across the Rio San Juan. And we ended up here. The only reason we've been able to keep on fighting.
Amanda.
The factory. You saw it?
The banana factory.
A front. It's a drug refining plant. The KGB set it up for us to run. We used the income to buy food and weapons. Mi viejo never said a word, but we all knew. Everyone except Chico.
Yeah, it's a broken
Everything we
ankle,
had.
innit?
Our weapons, our compass. He brought it all together. We were going to rebuild our country. Rebuild Nika with our own
Shattered
hands.
foot.
Even if we had to dirty our hands to do it. But it's all over. We lost our cacique. Papa. I could never replace him. Now they've taken the plant from us too. There's no place left to regroup. No way to fight la revolución.
Here. I rolled you one.
What about you? You're going after that cargo?
Yeah.
Must be important,
Looks that way. It looks like it could be nukes.
What? Nukes? Madre de Dios. No time to waste. We must get to Irasu. The transport route leads there. It must be where they're holding Chico and my compas, too. Whenever Chico and I argue, he goes off to be by himself. That's why he knows more than anybody about their bases. He... Oh, Chico...
You're pretty worried about your baby brother.
This is why I'm not fit to be a leader.
Fine. It's a little bit out of my way, but just tell me where I need to go.
There's a prison up in the mountains. That's probably where he is.
A prison in the mountains.
You must do something for me. If you can't save Chico, I want you to ease his pain, end his humiliation. If he gives in, if he's about to sell out his compass, please, At least let him keep his honor.
That's a promise I can't make.
Why?
Amanda, we gave up our homes, but we're still alive. We're still fighting. And there's always another reason to keep on living.
I feel alive again.
Amanda, join my unit until you've healed up.
Your unit?
Yeah,
Who are you? Why are you here?
I'm Snake. Serviente.
Snake? Could it be the great cacique has come to lead us?
I think that might be a Portable Ops reference.
Kaz, can you hear me?
MSF here.
One for recovery. She's wounded.
Acknowledged.
Kaz, the cargo on the barge. I was right. It's headed for the mountains.
You think that's where they're taking the nukes?
I'm sure of it. Let's move.
That's gonna be ingrained in my fucking brain forever. Hey, I think the only thing you can do kind of better is clear time, just quicker. But that eventually comes with better items because you can replay missions. Tortilla chip recipe, rank 1. Canned soft drink recipe. And this is up. And that place.
Snake, Amanda's reached the plant.
Snake,
Amanda, how do you feel?
some first helicopter ride. I'll be perfectly happy if it's my last.
As you can see, she's doing fine. I set Amanda up with her own frequency, so call her anytime you need to.
If you have any questions about American bases or mercenary units, or about El Frente, just ask. And please, do not forget my compass and Chico.
Don't worry.
It's good to be working with you, boss.
Snake, we can monitor her
Said it.
condition in sickbay. Remember to assign roles to any POWs you bring back to Mother Base. How this outfit gets built depends on who we assign to what jobs. That'll determine how Mother Base grows.
More
It's one of
POWs.
your most important roles, boss.
Yeah, I know.
Bring me more. Feed me.
Boss, one more thing.
Now what?
It's about sickbay.
Now what?
Naturally, we can use it for the sick or injured like we did with Amanda. But we can't expect people to get better without the proper treatment.
Uh-huh.
So I figure we'll need a medical team for that. The number of team members and their abilities will determine how quickly the sick and injured heal. They can also monitor everybody's health.
Right. Prevention is the best medicine.
You got it. Remember to wash your hands often and gargle twice a day, boss.
If only I had the time.
Okay. Personnel, R&D, special report. We got all the makes. It's gonna be a lot. Makes are now available for viewing. Provide medical treatment and examinations to increase all staff members' resistance to sickness. Enables you to develop more powerful tranquilizers. I remember in Portable Ops you had to go on a specific mission to find, like, what is that fucking fever medicine? Because everyone got tropical fever. Treats sickness, wounds, and PTSD. One of these is not like the other. Amanda? She's voiced by Paula Tissot, I think. Large caliber handgun. It's practically the same one as MGS2. Submachine gun, sniper, tortilla chip. Okay. Salmon roll. A new plant has been built thanks to staff efforts. Being reasoned with in Brig due to intense hostility. So yeah, these new people we brought in, they're kind of not with it. Okay, sick and injured soldiers will be automatically transported to the sick bay. Soldiers in this state will perform below their natural abilities. High level of medical staff, the lower the chances of sickness breaking out. Furthermore, the speed at which soldiers sent to the sick bay recover will increase. Finally, a high level medical team will enable you to develop high rank tranquilizer guns as well. So it's very important to have a good medical team. Especially if you're going non-lethal, like we are. Okay. So Miller is, of course, very, very good at everything he does. And everyone else is basically ease. Okay, I see. So he's got a C in engineering, so let's just put him in there. You are hopeless at most things you do, so let's put these two in medical. This guy is good only at cooking and fighting, and I'm gonna put him in fighting. And this guy's pretty good at fighting. Let's put him in there. Twin barrel, still being developed. Tortilla chips. Tasty taco flavored tortilla chips. Recover life. Automatically used if life reaches 0. So it's like additional rations. Got a Lav G. There's a baby. Experimental assault personnel carrier believed to have been provided to CA mercenary forces as part of the test cycle. Something water G variants of this heavy armament for greater top capacity. In exchange with heavy infantry fighting with forces this vehicle. Choose your gear carefully. Eventually I think we can use these as stuff in combat missions. I think we're probably going to do like a mission or two, and then we'll call it a day. Let's see if we have some extra ops. Oh, we so do. Marksmanship challenge.
Commencing training mission. Missions like this are key.
I think you just have to kind of do them, at least once. You don't even need a perfect score or anything. Just shoot the targets.
Hit the targets as fast and as accurately as you can.
You see how shitty the aim is, right?
That's too tall to climb. If only you had some equipment.
There's one target remaining somewhere.
Okay, you're done with that area. Head for the goal.
My goal?
Mission complete. Great job.
The kind of challengey stuff. Usual extra ops also have resources eventually. Report for R&D. My favorite. Barrel shotgun. 4 soldiers from the brig persuaded into recruitment. Fantastic. You're good at pretty much anything I put you in except medical. See in combat. See in combat. And here is mediocre at combat and R&D. That'll bring them up. Sickness. $49. I think that's... Hopefully that's not how many turns before anything happens. Chips are being developed heavily. Colonel, we're developing chips. Very good, Snake. Excellent. Their delicious crunch nourishes me in the nights alone. Cocking Raiden. Before he's even born, technically. Commencing transmission. Yeah. I hate the PS3 controller. I wish I could burn it. Oh, this one? Fuck.
Get the targets as fast and as accurately as you can. Okay, you're done with that area. Head for the goal. You did it! Keep it up!
Kinda terrible on those far shots, because the level of granularity I have is very little. Like, you either move a lot, or you don't move at all. I'll take a seat. I don't think there's like an overall rank in Peace Walker, which is also great. Okay, R&D personnel report. Ah, chip. Experiencing combat. Fantastic. Can we produce the tortilla cannon? No. No tortilla cannon? I don't see why not. Anyone in the brig still? No. Amanda, how you doing, love? 48. Yes. So, we're gonna need to put some people in medical, which is terrifying. I didn't really save, but let's hope it's fine. Those are all the extra ops. Rescue Chico.
Snake, the nukes appear to have left the coastal marshes and reached the mountains around Irazu. But without a guide, it's going to be tough tracking those things in the mountains. So we need you to infiltrate one of their bases, a prison facility.
I hope nothing's happened to Amanda's brother.
I hear you. There may be other Sandinistas held there too. To bring them back safely to MSF, use the Fulton recovery system. As I'm sure you know from experience, it's completely harmless. After all, you won't have time to sit there and convince every single one of them to join.
One other thing, Snake.
Amanda,
Those CIA bastards confiscated some of the houses in the village. Chico's got to be inside one of them.
Oh, I remember this one.
How do I tell which ones?
When they took over the houses, they installed new front doors for security purposes. The new doors are blue, with peepholes, so you can see what's inside.
Blue doors. Got it.
You're getting close to the end of the transport route. Good luck, Snake.
Surprisingly, it kept my audio balance, right? Let's see what briefings we've got. Miller surprisingly has nothing to say about this. I am shocked. But he's got stuff about a great leader.
So I hear Amanda mistook you for Che Guevara, Snake. That's not too bad, huh?
Yeah, right.
That's my
I'm
email.
not even worthy of polishing his boots.
Don't be so modest. From where I'm standing, your men see you as a great man.
As great as the century's most complete human being.
That's Sartre, right? Well, there's hardly been a more iconic figure of his times than Che.
Oh, he was more than that. He was a true revolutionary and a great warrior.
I'm with you there. Can you believe that when he first went to Cuba with Fidel, they had only 12 guys with them?
But they rallied. They brought in new recruits, won the support of the peasants, expanded their organization.
And in the end, they overthrew the Batista regime.
People flocked to them because they were honest. They won because they were strong. Those are the qualities that make men great.
You know, we're kind of in the same boat they were back then. Here we are, a handful of mercenaries taking on an army backed by the United States.
Yeah, we've got a long way to go.
But we've got to keep on going. It's not just about winning in battle. You need to think about recruiting people and growing this operation.
Got it.
Surprisingly, I don't know a lot about Che Guevara. Like, I'm not, you know, one of those people that's like, oh, it's that guy from the t-shirts, isn't it? Oh, like, I know a little bit, not too much.
Boss, did you ever read Che Guevara's book, Guerrilla Warfare?
I didn't know he had a book.
I can't remember if I got to that one or not.
You should have. That's why I lent it to you. A lot of the guerrilla tactics it covers apply to sneaking missions too. Che was one of the first people to articulate the theory of guerrilla warfare. T.E. Lawrence, Lawrence of Arabia, was another one. And Mao Zedong and his On Protracted War. Theory aside, Nicaragua's General Sandino was one of the first to put guerrilla tactics into practice. Which explains why the Sandinistas named themselves after him.
If you think about it, guerrilla warfare itself has been around since ancient times. There's only so many ways a small group can upset a large army.
There was a samurai in Japan who excelled in guerrilla warfare.
No kidding.
Tsunoki Masashige. He was a warrior who lived in the medieval era. He used unconventional tactics to help overthrow the Kamakura shogunate.
Like what?
Trojan horse-style maneuvers and decoys to confuse the enemy. The best one was when the enemy was climbing the castle walls. He dumped boiling water and human excrement on them.
Huh, sounds great. Let's put it in the MSF playbook.
You're not serious, are you, boss?
Why not? We've got plenty of crap to unload.
Yeah. I'll think about it.
It was ours, damn it! They took it!
The year the Cuban Revolution was won, Che visited Japan as a member of an economic delegation. While he was there, he visited Hiroshima.
Hiroshima?
Since he was there to discuss economic issues, Hiroshima wasn't part of the original itinerary. Some said the Ministry of Foreign Affairs didn't want to let him go, but he went anyway. He snuck out of his hotel and took an overnight train.
Huh. Traveling guerrilla style. Sounds like Che, all right.
He visited the Peace Memorial Museum and the Atomic Bomb Survivors Hospital. Apparently it gave him quite a shock. As a doctor, it must have been painful for him to see how the victims suffered.
Nukes destroy everything.
He was quoted as saying, "They put you through this, and still you do whatever America says." Those words really hit me hard, especially when I think of my mom. He said something else, too. Let us all love Hiroshima and its people.
I can believe it. Che never managed to numb himself to other people's pain. That's why people loved him. And why he died.
What a profound little piece there.
That bandana you're always wearing, that thing's a real antique. Ever think about getting a new one?
No.
This one's fine.
Come on, we
His
can't have
mother.
a boss wearing a raggedy old thing like that.
It was a gift, okay?
Stole it.
It wouldn't be right to get rid of it.
It was. Okay then. Speaking of which, Che supposedly had a black scarf he used to take everywhere with him.
A scarf?
One of his comrades gave it to him when he broke his arm in battle. Che used that silk scarf as a sling, and the comrade who gave it to him became his second wife.
No.
Alida, right?
Even after his arm healed up, he never went anywhere without that scarf. What about you? You get that bandana from someone special?
No, nothing like that. It's important to me. That's all.
Mother. God, the boss is so cool. Mother.
Amanda and her crew tell me they've managed to identify several different categories of mercenaries employed by the CIA.
Give me a rundown. Sounds like info I could use.
No problem. I'll go through them in order.
Oh, you mean like that?
The type of enemy you'll be seeing most is the type that patrols and guards a specific operational area. For the sake of convenience, Amanda's crew calls the outdoor ones patrolmen and the indoor ones guards. They might look like they're just out for a
Semantics.
stroll, but don't be fooled. They're sharper than they look. All of their senses are finely honed. Normally, they'll patrol along fixed routes, but when the alert level is raised, they'll assume a more efficient alert posture and focus on defending specific points. That's bad for you. Obviously, they can hold their own in combat, and with body armor, it'll be even harder to take them down. If they're wearing a bulletproof helmet, you can forget about one-shot kills. Just a heads up. You'll need to be smart about using camo and pick your routes. The most important thing is to avoid detection. When the enemy spots you and goes on alert, they may call in a backup strike team. These assault teams are heavily armed, well-trained, and highly dangerous. Amanda's crew calls them commandos. Unlike the patrolmen, these guys will actively, relentlessly track and hunt you down like hounds.
Hounds to hunt a former foxhound. Bring it on.
They won't give up easily even if they lose sight of you. They'll clear out any likely hiding places they come across. So don't get too comfy in one spot, or you might get caught again. Keep your eyes fixed on them and what they're doing. Also, be aware that commando gear includes body armor, so don't think you can deal with them by going in guns blazing.
All I've got to do is find an exposed weak point, and...
Exactly.
Usually, I think there was a strategy of sorts where you could intentionally get an alert to get commandos to show up. And they usually are better trained units, so you get more stats for a mother base.
There are areas out there where enemy soldiers are deployed in multiple layers for extra coverage. More than a few of those will be attacking you from a distance, rooftops and far-off vantage points. Try not to get too distracted by nearby enemies, because you could be leaving yourself wide open to longer-range attacks.
I'll be careful.
We know there are variations in the kinds of gear patrolmen and commandos wear, especially the body armor. Our scouts report that an enemy's defense and firing accuracy are directly proportional to how heavy their gear is.
Those must be the guys with the highest combat skills. They can fight in heavier gear without their performance suffering.
Supposedly, it's pretty easy to tell the difference in gear just by looking. So remember, use extra caution when dealing with enemies wearing heavy gear.
Metal Gear!
Enemies will try to fight you from different distances, based on the weapon they've got equipped. When you meet an enemy, get a good look at what they're carrying. It can make or break your chances in battle.
Different weapons have different ranges? God.
Enemies carrying handguns and shotguns will try and get in close. That makes them dangerous, but at the same time, easier to hit. Keep your wits about you, and you can turn a threat into an opportunity.
Like, Metal Gear is such a weird fucking series. And it has so much tutorialization. Like, if you've never played a video game, and your first pick is fucking Metal Gear, God, what a fucking good time. I think you'd have zero fucking troubles figuring anything out. Like, even common sense is given to you if you lack it for fucking any reason.
Enemies carrying assault rifles and machine guns will usually fire at you from farther away.
Really, Miller?
Use whatever cover you can find, then return fire with a few well-placed shots of your own.
Snipers.
Don't expect enemies carrying sniper rifles or rocket launchers to get up close and personal. They'll be constantly moving from place to place looking for an opening to snipe at you. Tricky bastards. Eye for an eye, tooth for a tooth. Go with the sniper rifle. Make sure you stay out of their line of sight, and when they expose themselves, take them down.
Okay. Oh, she's got so much. It was good to know her a bit.
Amanda, when did you join up with the Sandinistas?
About a year ago, when I went into the mountains with mi viejo and his group.
I thought your dad was with the FSLN from the start.
No, he fought alongside General Sandino, but after that, he retired for a while. He found a job, got a wife and a house, and raised us kids. Then one day, some Sandinista students came by.
And he felt the old fire in his belly.
Something like that. All he did was help them escape from La Guardia, though. But then La Guardia showed up. They broke into our house and began pushing him around, shouting questions.
I'm guessing he kept his mouth shut.
No matter how hard they hit him. Our house was trashed. After that, he was on their list. They harassed him day and night. It was only then that he gave himself over to the Sandinistas. He kept it hidden from us at first, so we would not get hurt.
He sounds like a good father.
He was. But my mother got fed up with it. She left us. I don't blame her.
Why didn't you go with her?
It was a hard decision for sure. But like my father, I could not let Somoza get away with his crimes. But most of all...
Chico.
He is too much like his papa. One way or the other, he was going to stay, and I could not leave him behind. Soon enough, La Guardia drove us out, and we found ourselves in the mountains. It just kind of happened.
Well, for an accidental revolutionary, you sure put up a hell of a fight.
The mountains make men into warriors. The training is harsh, but it brings us that much closer to being hombres nuevos.
Chico couldn't ask for a better sister. I can see why they picked you to be Commandante.
It is kind of wearing me out having to listen to so many fucking tapes in a row. Like, they really don't pace it. At least in 5, it was like, oh, you get maybe 1 or 2 tapes per fucking mission, you know? Now it's just like, here, have everything.
When I was little, I came down with malaria. Unlucky for me, it was the bad kind. I was in a daze the whole time. And at one point they said I was not going to make it.
Malarial encephalopathy. I hear it's pretty common in tropical malaria cases.
Even today, my memory sometimes gets a little fuzzy. Since then, I've had this fear of mosquitoes. When I hear them buzzing nearby, I get jumpy.
Aha, that explains the chain smoking.
See, I thought it might help keep the mosquitoes away, just a little. Maybe it is all in my head. You're the same way, right?
Well, I will say this. I prefer a cigar over mosquitoes.
Me too.
I've got to hand it to you. Takes guts to conquer your fear like that and live a gorilla's life in the wild.
It is nothing. El Che did not let asthma stop him from leading the revolution. Compared to him, I am no hero.
My God.
I'm sorry to hear about your dad.
Thank you for saying that. Mi viejo was the leader of the Frente. He was the last of the generation that knew General Sandino. He saw the general's exploits firsthand as a boy. He would tell us stories about it all the time and about how the general was assassinated.
Did you know he was getting money from the KGB?
I had some idea, but I did not have the courage to confront him about it. I know it was a painful decision for him to make.
I can imagine.
Yes, my father was a good man. I loved him as a daughter, and his soldiers believed in him. Thanks to him, La Frente held together even in the worst of times. I don't know if I can ever fill his shoes.
Chico's 12, right?
Right.
Isn't he a little short for his age?
Malnourishment. Food is hard to come by when you're running around in the jungle.
He's got quite an appetite.
I know. I didn't want him to come in the first place, but there was no one to take him in. I had no choice but to look after him.
Don't be so hard on yourself. Sometimes it's better for a kid to be with his family than far away in a safe place.
Thank you.
Promise me this, though. When your fight is over, make sure he gets a proper education. Give him a chance to be something other than a gorilla. It's not too late to teach him something other than fighting.
Okay, I promise. You know what book Chico really likes? The World Encyclopedia of Mysterious Creatures. The Loch Ness Monster, the Yeti.
UMAs. Yeah, I know.
He's still so much like a boy. I worry about him.
He'll be fine. I know plenty of grown men who still go crazy over UMAs.
Are you serious?
Let's keep it to 1, yeah? We'll listen to the other ones when time comes. Wait. You have new ones? But there's so much to listen to, Jesus.
Areas with a distinct dry season, like the Pacific coast, have tropical dry forests. During the dry season, the trees drop their leaves. It gives you a clearer view, but at the same time, there are fewer places to hide. So be careful.
Sounds dull.
It is not really.
Oh, you
A lot
don't
of
know.
trees flower during the dry season, including my favorite, the tabebuya. It has these amazingly vivid yellow flowers.
Okay.
Costa Rica has several active volcanoes, Irasu being one of them.
That's where Camino de Lava comes from, huh?
The tropical dry forests around here are quite different from our rainforests. They lose their leaves in the dry season. Tropical forests are not all thick jungles. A few of them even have cacti. Some of Costa Rica's greatest assets are its diverse forests and natural landscapes.
Thank God some of these are short, eh?
Costa Rica got its first real railroads up and running about 100 years ago. Their primary purpose was to move coffee harvested in the Central Basin to the Caribbean coast.
They built railroads here 100 years ago? That's impressive.
It was even more difficult than you would imagine. Later, they started using the railroads for shipping bananas too. There still might be some branch lines around here.
Like, I'm having a little bit of difficulty, and I think that's what kind of contributed to me not wanting to cast this game back in August. Because it really is just a lot of this. Like, at the same time, I want to, like, play it all for the sake of, like, showing it off. And at the same time, I'm deathly fucking bored. I have to think about it.
Aldea de los Despiertos means Village of the Awake.
Weird name.
The area is littered with coffee fields, and there is a factory nearby. The villagers are fans of coffee, so...
Ah, they don't get much sleep, huh? They've got a sense of humor, all right.
I cannot believe they would take over a place like this and use it as a prison. It is unforgivable for both the CIA and the thugs they employ. All the villagers wanted was to live in peace. What gives the CIA the right to crush them like that?
They don't care about anyone's rights but their own. It's just the way some people are.
You really think so?
Don't worry. It just gives me the right to teach them a lesson.
Because it, like, builds a little bit of the characters as well. Like, not completely fucking useless.
Amanda, how do I get to the prison camp?
First, head up the narrow mountain path. The path will gradually open up and you'll come to a fork in the road. Watch yourself up there. You'll be lower than the surrounding terrain, so if you head down the middle, you'll make for an easy target.
Yeah, thanks for the heads up.
Take the leftward path to reach the prison camp.
What can you tell me about the prison camp?
Well, it used to be a village until they took control of it. It's a maze of paths, so watch out for soldiers on patrol.
I'll be sure not to stop and say hi.
Use the paths carefully, and you should be able to stay out of view.
Where are they holding Chico?
One of the houses, most likely. You can peek through the doors. Just press the action button when the icon appears. You could also listen to any sounds inside for clues.
Good idea.
Guards will still be on the move while you're looking inside. Make sure you don't get caught. And Snake.
I know. I'll bring him back.
Thank you. I know I can count on you.
Don't worry, the Falcon goes through ceilings. You don't need to worry, you little head. Let's get these done, and we'll call it a night. Kind of felt like doing another mission, but I guess this needs to be done, doesn't it? Hopefully these are short. And this is an important one, because it has 2 exclamation marks. That means very important.
Since it was founded, my country has not once been able to choose its own path. First Spain, then America. Over 100 years of this.
I know.
In the 19th century, an American mercenary named William Walker seized power in Nicaragua.
I'd heard he exploited rivalries between the political parties.
Even after we expelled him, the Americans sent in their Marines under the pretext of quelling political unrest.
And the real reason?
To intimidate the government and thwart the construction of the Nicaragua Canal.
That wasn't as important as the exclamation mark suggested. Sure.
I thought the U.S. already has the rights to build a canal in Nicaragua.
They never intended to build a canal there. They'd already started digging in Panama. A canal in Nicaragua would break up the Panama Canal's monopoly. Reason enough for America to stick its nose into our affairs.
They snagged the rights so nobody else could build there.
It was General Sandino who finally stood up to los Yankees.
Los Yankees.
General Sandino waged a guerrilla war against the Marines, at last driving them out. He was a true hero, and to us Sandinistas, like a father. But when they pulled out, the Americans left us something to remember them by.
The National Guard.
Yes, La Guardia. In name, a peacekeeping force, but in reality, Commander Somoza's personal army, answering to no one else. Unable to stay silent, General Sandino went to protest and was assassinated by Somoza as he made his way home. It was then that Somoza and Los Sapos began to eat our country alive from the inside. It has been 40 years since the Somoza family became the rulers of Nicaragua. With La Guardia at their command, no one can challenge them.
You came here on the run from the National Guard, right?
See, they took everything. Our land, our homes, our jobs.
Now belong to Somoza.
See, the law too. He's even got the judges in his pocket. You defy him, you face death. Everyone bows and scrapes before La Guardia. Even then you might get a beating if they are in a bad mood.
And you're trying to change things.
That's not all. These Somozas have used their power to line their pockets. They confiscate people's land and hand it to members of the Somoza family. By now, close to half the farmland in Nicaragua is theirs. We were powerless until... You remember the earthquake 2 years ago?
Yeah, I heard the capital was hit pretty hard.
We lost Managua, our capital city. People sent aid from all around the world. Tears of sorrow turned to tears of joy. Yet almost all of it was embezzled by the Somozas. They sold out those who'd lost everything for money. They feasted on our country's suffering.
Oh, no.
Public resentment
Never
is at the
happened
boiling
before.
point. The Somozas' days are numbered. We will see to it.
I'm starting to... Oh, fuck off. Oh, I'm starting to realize that, I really do hate Latin America as a setting. You can clip that out of context too. That's very nice. Oh, I just hate it. Like it's that Spanish Portuguese tinge that just really fucking makes me hate it. I don't know. It's just something about it. It's an intangible sense of I just fucking hate it. Like Africa, civilized compared to fucking Latin America, Jesus. Like it's all just like bad communism and bad capitalism, and then bananas and jungle, and then some motherfucker speaking Spanish. You know, it's a Venn diagram of things that I don't fucking know and I hate. It's fucking this makes no sense. This is like my brain trying to compensate for it being 4 a.m. Oh, fuck me. I'm gonna regret this in the fucking morning, am I? But I really do hate Latin America. It remove that continent somehow. Oh,
The first Somoza was originally no more than the commander of La Guardia. Ordinarily, a man of his station could never hope to become president. But the president at the time had no power to back him. The only one with the strength to oppose him was General Sandino. No, better to say the general was the only
I'm
one
so
who
empty
dared
inside.
oppose him. There was nothing special about him. Above all, it takes a
Just
strong
going
will to see justice
in
done.
one year, coming out the
That's what he
other.
taught us.
Totally spaced out.
It's also what motivated Somoza to have him killed.
Yes, the rest was easy. He got rid of the president, taking office in a sham election. And once he had the power, he never gave it up.
Talk about heavy-handed.
God damn it, Amanda.
He had the
Shut the
Americans backing
fuck
him.
up.
That's why. They didn't want to hand over power to a rebellious general.
Even so, it's hard to believe Washington would give its blessing to a guy like that.
The American president at the time put it this way. Somoza may be a son of a bitch, but he's our son of a bitch. In other words, better a dog or Los Sapos
Ugh.
than an anti-US regime.
God. This is taking every ounce of fucking will in me, you know?
The Managua earthquake struck 2 years ago.
Why
the
do
day
I
before
care?
Christmas Eve. Giant cracks opened up in the streets.
I get that you're
Sleeping children
traumatized
were
by it.
crushed in collapsing houses. No chance to escape. No visit from Santa Claus. Thanks to Somoza, the old houses could not even get rebuilt. It was a nightmare.
I heard the epicenter was right in the middle of the city.
Even today, it's too dangerous to build on top of the fault line. The city center is still in ruins.
And to make things worse, Somoza stole the recovery money.
It's such a
We
fucking
must not
shithole of
fail.
a fucking
We owe
continent.
it to those who lost their lives. We will defeat Somoza.
It's like a slum, but it's like an entire continent. How is it even possible? Like, I thought the fucking Eastern Europe was shit. Now that I think about it, no, it's completely fine. I'm so fucking dumb. Oh god, fucking damn it, Amanda, no. There we go, there's a short one.
You called
Hopefully.
that giant chopper an hombre nuevo.
See, it means new man.
New man.
There was
Man.
nobody piloting that thing. It must be controlled by machine.
Yeah, it
Oh
seems
yeah,
that
because
way.
AI wasn't a thing
No
in
human being could pull off
2010,
those
was it?
crazy maneuvers.
But it's not crazy. It's smart. It sings too.
When we first saw it, one of your men said, "Pilot must be an hombre nuevo."
Me? I do not like the name.
Why?
Hombre Nuevo was what El Che was striving to become. What all of us who joined the Sandinistas strive to become. That's why. An hombre nuevo is one who finds joy in virtue and voluntary labor. It makes me furious to see that name given to such a monster.
I'll bet.
Don't you fucking open another fucking subsection on me, you bitch. It just means AI, but there's a whole ass fucking dialogue about it. Like, I can appreciate it, because that's a lot of fucking work to have it scripted out and then have the actors, like, read this many fucking lines. But I can't help that it's fucking insulting my intelligence. I just can't help it.
Chico called that helicopter El Colibri.
Our name for the hummingbird. You saw how that chopper moved, how it hovered in midair like a hummingbird.
A hell of a lot
It's a
bigger than a
fucking
bird, though.
helicopter, Amanda.
True, but better than Hombre Nuevo, don't you think? When you get kidnapped by El Colibri, it's all over. They take you to a prison camp and torture you until you snitch on your
Fucking
compas.
Da Vinci
That's what took
knew what a
Chico.
helicopter
They
was.
have no mercy. Once you talk, they toss you out like trash. I knew this, and still I could not save Chico. If he cannot be saved, I will do what must be done.
Don't write him off like that. Sometimes you have to survive,
stop me.
even if it means sacrificing your honor. I'll get him back. I promise.
Oh god. Brace. Oh, okay, that's slightly fine. I have no doubt that it will fucking extend and take another hour of my life. Gladly sacrificed. So that I never have to do this again.
It belongs to us, and yet it does not belong to us.
How so?
Along the coast, it is all banana groves, and in the mountains, it is coffee. I guess in that way, it is not so different from here.
Plantations.
Almost all the bananas and coffee are sold as exports. The landlords keep the money for themselves, leaving precious little to the farmers. Worse, the biggest landowners in the country are Somoza and his family.
Oh, Somoza
But
again?
it does bring in
What a
foreign currency.
shocker,
I
Amanda.
doubt even that, at least for bananas. The plantations are owned by American corporations. The bananas are processed in factories on the plantations and exported to America from private ports. It's like having little American enclaves along the coast of Nicaragua.
But the farmers have no choice but to go work there.
Es ridículo. The people have to take their land back. It is one of the things we are fighting for.
You really give a damn about those fucking bananas. I get it. You care about the people. You just... They could go banana plantation, America, Somoza family. Like, you can just fucking distill the keywords from this, and your brain just goes slightly fucking numb. Like, I don't even need drugs. Just hook me up on that fucking Peace Walker fucking audio logs. Oh, fuck. Okay. We're gonna push through this. We're gonna be men, like Che. We're gonna do it. I'm punching the air, but still trying not to hit the fucking microphone.
Tell me, when exactly did you realize your dad was working with the KGB?
About 6
I
months
just
ago.
brace.
Up until then, we only had beans to eat. And then suddenly, we started to get eggs and flour.
Fucking
Bullet
eggs.
shortage simply disappeared.
How'd he get the cocaine?
Ask the KGB. All we did here was process it. Coca plants grow here too. But to my knowledge, almost all of the stuff we used came from Colombia and Bolivia.
It's processed in a factory and then shipped to ports on the Caribbean Sea. Where does it go after that?
I never thought about it. I mean, I
Literally
did not
anywhere,
want to think
Snake.
about it.
The biggest cocaine consumer in the world is the United States. I'm guessing they smuggle it in on vessels disguised as fishing boats.
Wait. La CIA uses that route too. Are you telling me they're selling cocaine to their own country?
Looks that way.
Those bastards are
can't
turning their
be.
own children into junkies? Are they insane?
No, just afraid. Afraid of a communist Central America.
Are we the baddies? Improbable. Yes. Oh, guess what? It's our friend again. Look at him. No. No. We will do this in order. Look, there's 2 exclamation marks. This means that we should listen intently and very carefully to every word that she says. Like you should do with all women. Thanks,
We
Twitter.
are Sandinistas, the heirs of General Sandino's will.
General Sandino.
Sandino,
Take a swig.
the father of modern guerrilla warfare.
To you, maybe.
Gorilla, take
To
another
us,
swig.
he's more like a real father.
That why you named yourselves after him?
Of course. La Frente Sandinista de Liberación Nacional. The Sandinista National Liberation Front is named in his honor. We share the general's goal, to take back our country's freedom. In his day, from America. In ours, from the desert of
Somoza,
Somoza.
take another
Times have
fucking...
changed.
I'm dead.
The song remains the same.
Patria libre o morir. That is our slogan. El Che used to say the same thing, you know.
Oh, another one.
Patria o muerte. The slogan of the Cuban Revolution. So, you're fighting for a socialist revolution too, then?
No, it's not about ideology. We only want to live normal lives. We are sick of living in a country where you can be beaten for walking down the street, where you never know if your neighbor is snitching on you. Our goal is to give back the country to its people.
Yeah.
People,
The
the
Cuban
banana
Revolution started
farmers.
out like that too.
We are few in number, but we will win. Victoria o muerte. For a revolutionary, there is no other fate.
They took our land. The motherfucking samosas. La CIA. Okay, I am going into the Twilight Zone.
Augusto Cesar Sandino, general and hero of Nicaragua. 50 years ago,
Never heard of him.
conflict broke out between the political parties of Nicaragua. The U.S. Marines intervened in the name of restoring order. The only one who refused to listen to their call for reconciliation was General Sandino.
Huh.
Can't believe it.
One man against the Marines.
Not convinced.
That takes guts.
The
Say
general wasn't a
Nicaragua one
professional
more
soldier.
time, bitch.
Neither were his compadres, and they certainly could not match the Marines'
Swear.
equipment. But he used the land to his advantage, lurking in the fields and hills of Nicaragua, and using surprise attacks to harass the Marines.
I know. I've read plenty of textbooks on guerrilla warfare.
Which
In
one?
the end, he drove them out.
You mean our
He was truly a
fucking
role model
cheese?
for us.
The one that
Yeah, but that was the 30s.
fucking Charles
Didn't
gave
the
you?
Depression have something to do with it? It takes cash to wage war.
Perhaps. But there is no denying what the general accomplished. The people hailed him as the General de Hombres Libres, the General of Free Men. They loved him. And then he was assassinated by Anastasio
God damn
Somoza
it,
Garcia,
Somoza.
commander of La Guardia.
Oh, the
father of
Guardia
Colonel
again?
Somoza.
Somoza had the Americans' backing. That is the way things were. The general may be dead, and the times may have changed, but his will lives on inside each of us. We are the sons and daughters of General Sandino.
It has everything to do with this, Ted. Don't you see? It's the goddamn samosas. They're using the banana plantations as a front for the cocaine farms, which the CIA is using to make the children into junkies. It's all connected. Follow the red tape. Follow the paper trail. Follow the money. And now, the plot thickens. Another fruit is introduced into the Venn diagram.
Hey, how's the watermelon business these days?
Not
I just want to pause
hear
it
the
right
compas
there,
back
just that
home are
line.
hanging in there too.
Out of
Good to
context.
You know our nickname.
How's the watermelon
I'm
business doing?
impressed. No wonder they call you boss.
You used to hide your weapons in hollowed out watermelons, smuggle them right past the National Guard. You even transported pineapple grenades that way.
In a
The
pineapple.
name caught on among sympathizers in the region and...
What are you talking about? They call us watermelon sellers because the general's name sounds like the word for watermelon. Sandia.
Really?
Si.
Damn it, Kaz.
That was cute. That was actually cute. Did you see what they did there? Kaz has been bullshitting Snake. He's been pulling his leg, yanking his chain. Not in the sauna. That's different. Like I would feel that a lot more if every ounce of interest in the words coming out of Amanda's mouth wasn't completely drained from me. And like the tape ending exactly there for like comedic effect, fucked. Like no sense of fucking pacing whatsoever.
A revolution to bring peace to your country, huh? No matter how much we fight, peace never gets any closer, does it?
I do not like it, but it is the only way. If we do not fight back, they'll just keep exploiting us. You want proof? Look at our country's history. Revolution is a means and not an end. I know. When the revolution is victorious, I want my country to be at peace. But to bring peace, we have to first eliminate that traitorous
Who?
scum.
Somoza?
It's an old saying. We make war that we may live in
Yeah,
peace.
kill me.
Who said it?
Aristotle.
You know your history.
I had a good teacher.
It's philosophy,
It
bitch.
has always been like this. People making the same mistakes over and over. And still, all we can do is fight.
I hear you. You've got a goal. You've got to keep moving forward.
One more. It's just one bit. Cherish it. Cherish your words there.
I noticed you called Che Guevara El Che.
Not just us. Everyone in these parts does. Che was always his nickname. It does not feel right to call him by his last name. I was shocked the first time I saw you. You look so much like him.
I look like El Che, huh?
Sort of.
Oh, it's almost like
Not
it's
in the
the manic
face.
or
It's
something.
more the way you carry yourself.
I guess Che's a hero to the Sandinistas, too.
Of course. The FSLN was formed in the spirit of the ideologies championed by El Che and Fidel.
Good job, Snake. You figured it out.
Fidel Castro.
You're very smart. You're
So,
the greatest soldier in
you were
the
trying to bring the
fucking
Cuban
world.
Revolution to Nicaragua.
Well, we were.
I fucking want
But
to
Cuba
punch
isn't
something,
what
I
it
swear.
once was. Not since El
It's
Che
probably gonna
left.
be
El
me.
Che was a true revolutionary. He fought and died for the people. He worked harder than anybody, and he was a righteous man. Even as a minister of Cuba, he gave up his weekends to work on the farms and public works. As a volunteer, no less.
Yeah, I've heard the stories. But when you think about it, wasn't it that obsession that did him in?
How do you mean?
We can't all be supermen. He thought the ideals he applied in Cuba would work in Bolivia, but he failed to win converts and the support of the peasants, and it cost him his life.
Maybe you are right. But at least he did not steal from those peasants, no matter how hard things got.
Yeah, I can sympathize with that. There's plenty of guerrillas out there who would rob their own people to feed their revolutions.
If we had a comandante like him, the Sandinistas would find the will to fight.
Banana samosa. Must kill. There's plenty of gorillas out there, Snake. Let's, I don't know, fucking do like samosa incident. Let's do this mission so that I can wash the pain away, and then we'll call it a night. Just so you know, some neurons start firing again in my fucking brain.
Chico's in a prison camp north of here. Not enough room, huh? We'll keep it here at the base.
Three is usually good enough for all intents and purposes.
Fulton recovery subject confirmed onboard helicopter.
Thank you, Mila. Your input on this is always very, very much appreciated.
Start talking. Start talking. Start talking.
It's so good. It's like so... Yeah, it's almost like you read a book about it.
Fulton recovery helicopter is
I wonder who
complete.
wrote it. Could it be Oche? Yeah. Isn't a samosa a drink, though? I can't think. Hey, that rhymed. Oh, no,
That
it's
basin
samosa.
will leave you completely exposed. If I were the enemy, I'd position snipers there. Better be careful.
You want snipers?
Sniper, better be careful if you don't want your head blown off.
I didn't see the shot. What's there? I see him now.
Fulton recovery subject confirmed onboard helicopter.
POWs. My favorite. Now, how do we get up there? Because I don't want him waking up on me. Why did I switch into
Head north if you want to find Chico.
an accent? Samosa? Mashed potato and grilled chicken, baked or fried. Never had those. We don't have like
Chico's in one of these houses. You've got to find him, Snake.
any snack foods whatsoever here.
I know I saw something.
Fulton recovery helicopter is complete.
Don't have a good sense of where he is. There's one down there. Okay. Let's take this guy down.
Check inside a house by pressing the action button in front of the door.
Freeze.
forgot that you can do that and get like twice the items. Oh yeah, this was a PSP game. Imagine what Kojima fucking does when he has fucking technology. He just sees it. I think as long as I don't activate an alert, he's gonna be right there. Like, of course, this is a little bit touched, from what I know. Mate tea. Covered Psyche. Completely forgot that there was a fucking mechanic in this game. Like, I personally really fucking love Peace Walker. It's probably like my favorite Metal Gear.
Recovery subject confirmed onboard helicopter.
You could blow this up, I remember. Let's see if I can do this now. I have a grenade with me. No, maybe that's later. Because you see how there's an entrance over there? It's kind of what that is. It was hidden or something.
Not this one.
Nope. I think it's always the last one you check. Like, regardless.
Mama!
Where's the switch to stun gun? Look, I've already removed all the people from this map, so no need to worry about that.
No one here.
I think the one I check last is usually that.
Supposedly the house is being used to hold prisoners. Have
I,
been fitted
I
with
understand
blue
this,
doors.
Kaz. Kaz, please. Where is it? I think this is the one.
Chico, is that you?
Yeah. There we go. I think there's a joke one if you keep opening one up.
Who's there?
Chico, it's me.
Joy. Joy, that photographer.
So look at how good these cutscenes look.
Huh? I thought you were here for the birds.
Yeah, the birds of the battlefield.
Whoa. Is that chess? Can I see it? Wow, the same kind of chair used.
You can't keep it, kid. Here, have these instead.
Those photos. Huh. Oh no, Amanda!
She's safe. Don't worry.
You sure?
We're patching her up back at my place.
She's hurt?
I said
My
don't worry.
place, he says about his fucking oil platform.
You got any cigarettes? A cigar, huh? Hey!
It's not for kids. Chico, do you know where they took the cargo?
Cargo? What cargo?
Let me rephrase that. How do they get stuff from the coast up here?
Oh, that I can tell you. When the cargo gets to the harbor, they first send it up the marshes on a barge. Then, they load it onto a jungle train past the banana plantation and transport it by rail. The train stops here. When it gets to the train terminal past the coffee plantation, they reload it again. This time onto a truck, which disappears into a tunnel heading toward the mountains.
Disappears? Chico, What's on the other side of that tunnel?
Nobody knows. None of our compas ever got close enough. He's protected by a spirit.
Spirit.
Yeah, a giant monster. El Basilisco.
What could that possibly mean? I don't understand a lick of Spanish.
No, really, I saw it. I was camping up there one day, and just as I was waking up around dawn, I heard this loud noise. I opened my eyes and saw an enormous shadow. Must have been 30 bara at least. He was walking on legs as big as trees.
Where
What
did
is
you
that?
see it?
At the terminal near the tunnel, but I only saw it that one time.
What exactly were you doing there?
Well, me and my sister got into a fight.
And you just happened to go camping.
You know, their train should be arriving at the place I saw El Basilisco right about now.
Is it far?
No, really. Go past the coffee plantation, and it'll be to the north. What are you chasing?
Something that could keep the world in balance. Or destroy it.
Huh?
I heard that place was a narcotics plant before those guys took it over. But you already knew that, didn't you? Look, I get it. Even revolutionaries need to pay the bills. Still, must be tough for a kid like you to swallow.
You're damn right it is. The route they use to transport stuff is the same one mi viejo used to smuggle drugs. He sold the drugs to the Norte Americanos and used the profits to fund the army. They tried to keep it hidden from me.
Is that why you went camping?
Yes. I managed to sneak into the plant a few times and I tried to set it on fire. Everyone treats me like a child. I couldn't stand it anymore. I'm not a kid, I'm 12.
Couldn't do it though, could you? Chico, growing up means choosing how you're gonna live your life. To do the right thing, you sometimes have to leave the things you care about behind. Parents, family, your homeland.
But mi viejo. Papa,
Chico, look at the photos.
mi viejo.
He's gone. But there's one thing you don't ever leave behind. Your memories. Keep them safe. You want to get out of here, Chico?
I do, but
Come back with me. Your sister's waiting for you.
I can't go back. I can't face everybody.
You told them where your compas are. I see. Nothing to be ashamed of. Pain gets the better of us all.
I wish I was dead.
Okay then. I'll put you out of your misery.
What?
Any last words? Shoot. You are only going to kill a man. I just wasted a bullet. Don't waste your life. Listen to me, Chico. You died here today. You understand? You're hombre nuevo. A new man. Now, give that new life to me.
Such a Griffith fucking line, isn't it?
Fight with me, little soldier. Show me how strong you really are. Dry your tears, then promise me one thing. No smoking until you get older. Remember, real heroes are never as polished as the legends that surround them.
You got it, boss.
Snake is fine.
What's that?
Through the roof he goes. Remember, he was indoors. He's a fucking splat on the fucking ceiling right now. But yeah, that's like one of the fucking... A lot of people like that scene. I personally feel like I like that scene. A lot of people are like, oh my god, fucking Snake has lost it. Like, what is he? Threatening to kill fucking kids now? It's a really good fucking scene. It's like, I wasted a bullet. It's such a fucking good line. C4 design specs. It's also weird because it's specifically on brand for Big Boss. Like, no one else. Yeah. Like, he doesn't give a shit about you. It's like, you're either doing it or you aren't.
Snake, Chico made it over.
Snake!
In a
Chico,
body bag.
You made it.
Hate it. Don't give me that. You say you're gonna give me a new life, and you nearly kill me.
I take it you didn't enjoy the trip.
What's the big idea? Dragging me off in a balloon. I might as well have taken a Calibri.
At least you got a nice view. Or are you afraid of heights?
Whatever.
He's got a
Just
little
wish
bit of
you
a
would
scar
explain it to
going
me
on here.
first.
Never noticed
Would
that.
you have agreed to go if I did?
Unless it's on the monitor. No, he's got it.
Thank you for saving us, Snake.
Amanda, a word of advice.
What?
Stop treating him like a child.
Yes. Yes, I know. You're right. I shouldn't.
Amanda, you're coming back after your leg heals, right?
Of course. We still have work to do.
We, huh? Are you sure you've got Chico's future in mind when you say that?
What do you mean? We're sworn to our father's cause, to helping the
No,
revolution.
bitch. You sworn to my
Revolution or
cause.
no revolution. You pick up a gun and sooner or later you're going to hell. Are you prepared for that?
Listen
I
to
am.
this.
If the alternative is giving up the country I love, I'll take hell.
Really? Well then, you're gonna have to stop treating Chico like a brother and start treating him like a soldier.
You're right.
Welcome to hell.
Snake, can I ask you a favor?
Shoot.
You find any prisoners from El Frente, you bring them back alive. Cause,
You're trying to make amends for talking.
not just that, because they're compas.
All right. But first, I've got to catch up to that cargo.
I'll do whatever I can to help. Call me if there's anything you need to know about the area. And
And what?
let me know if you encounter any wildlife you've never seen before.
Never seen before. What, like that basilisco you were talking about?
I'm talking about UMAs.
UMAs.
You know, like ancient dinosaurs or legendary monsters. One day, I'm going to be a hunter.
Is that right? Okay. Sure.
If you want to know more, I'm happy to tell you.
Right.
In highly
be in
detailed
touch, Chico.
voice logs.
Okay, Snake. The enemy's cargo is headed for the next outpost, a rail terminal.
Chico says no one's ever set foot past there.
Their main base is probably on the other side of that tunnel. Unless we catch those spears before reaching it, they'll be in enemy hands. You've got to stop them. Hurry, Snake.
Yeah. I'm not gonna listen to those. We agreed. Also, the fucking font is fucked again.
Boss, I had an idea. Listen to this.
Let me guess. You want to start running ads in the local gossip rags.
Please,
I
what do you
want
take
this
me
music
for?
too.
I thought that with all the new guys we've got, we should get an intel team going. We'd send agents around the country to scout out different locations. That way we're better prepared, no matter where we end up.
That's actually not
It's
a
like
bad
every
idea.
time
They
they
could
just go a
probably
little bit
develop
further.
recon equipment for us too. We could also have them transport goods and direct the mother base support strikes. You can send an item to a co-op teammate from the delivery menu.
This is completely diegetic what I just said. There we go. It's like just sinister enough. I really like it. Delivery. We can send gifts to our other PSP friends. Support supply can be sent from Mother Blaze. Mother Blaze? Mother Blouse. You can make supply requests for ammo and items using special weapons or mission. Support strike. Database. And an intel team. Develop equipment such as radars to support intelligence activities, enhance your abilities to provide support strikes and supply drops from Mother Base. Chico has joined. Put him in the mess hall. Yeah, and you can set these markers to heroism decreases with overuse. It's like a style meter. Like you become less heroic for like getting new silencers and shit. And C4. So now we have just like a lot of fucking shit. Let's see what Intel's got. Support strikes. Support strike marker. The higher level you enter, the more supplies you can transport and the more powerful the strikes you can deliver. Deploying on a mission, you also receive information about the enemies and prisoners that appear in the mission. This concludes the tutorial. So, it's got an A in Intel, so just put them in there. C and medical. And now we have, these can be order assigned, I think. Depending on whatever we need. How's Amanda going? 44 more turns. She's out for a while, isn't she? C4. Very good. No new items. Max. And these are just... yeah. Save real quick. Because remember, one of these options makes you very prone to crashing. Oh, we got some chicks in there. Fuck. So yeah, there's like some weird particular stuff. Like, look at that fucking art. This game has so much fucking style and no one talks about it. Missions played half naked. You don't even have to ask me twice. Insignias are... yeah. So you get like achievements, sort of. Completing over 25 missions without being spotted by the enemy. Heroism increases by 500. And it's kind of like a weird level. So that's how that works. It's more like an achievement, which I kind of like. Comrades, it's like a friends list, and then there's or rank list. Because of course this was multiplayer and it had like people playing it. Now you're lucky if you even get one. The one thing I envy EXP for is whenever fucking Peace Walker shows up, he has a lot of his viewers also like join in, so the game kind of gets populated a bit for a couple of weeks. I wish I had that kind of influence too. And this is kind of like a send thing to your friends. Oh shit. Alright. We did a good 2.5 hours. I'm gonna go to bed because it's like 5 a.m. We'll probably give this another crack whenever I feel like it. Oh. Oh, look at that. It's fucking working proper. Anyway. I should probably get some of Metal Gear soundtracks back, shouldn't I? Yeah. Because I deleted all of those. Kind of unfortunate. Anyway, that was kind of a show. Midnight. Fuck it. I'm going to sleep. You should consider doing so too. 8 time zones. Fuck. Yeah, thanks for sticking around. Oh. Cobb's probably still online. I don't know. Go watch him. Figure something out to do. It's like fucking 9 p.m. for you? No, 10-ish. Yeah, fuck it. I can't think. I'm going to sleep. Bye. Mwah, love you. Good night.